Hey, greetings folks, Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view, and today we're giving you a technical tutorial. Let's see what secrets the HIZERO has to offer. So, let's start by putting all the wet bits aside. The brush rollers come out super easily on this machine, which I really like. And that just pops off right there. Super simple. And then this is a filter, I guess. I guess we're going to show is everything comes apart super easy over here. Oops. Just knocked my collection of stuff over. The battery is easy to get to. Now that makes this a lot more manageable. So it looks like there's rubber seals there. Screws just all look like they're Phillips, oddly enough. So let's go to town. Alright, well that's a sign of quality. We have a part that's been machined after it was cast. The spring, it's very stiff, so this is nice to see, that little metal piece. And that interacts with a nylon or glass reinforced piece right here. Now, here is some of the weirdo-ness of their genius. So we have basically two pumps of some sort. Very strange here. So this guy right here is just a solenoid pump. And everything is capped and insulated. There's a QR code on here, which is nice. Actually, the motor down here has a QR code. So it looks like all the stuff is like easily replaced. I'm not sure what this does, but this is some sort of pump separator device. Let's ask it what it does for a living. Let's see here. Well, that's not a nice, that mount is like, that's, why is this so quiet? Take this and all right. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is some sort of rotary pump. That's weird. So I'm guessing the way that this works, looking at this, and it makes sense looking at the diagrams, is that the clean water comes down, hits this solenoid right here, gets distributed on this beautiful piece of stainless steel that's been machined after they stamped it. And then, or at least it's been deburred. And then it gets sucked up out of that same thing. So it distributes it, then it gets sucked up out of that. With this pump here is what sucks up the heavier duty stuff and then deposits it into this tank. Now the part I've been trying to figure out the whole time that I've been looking at this is why the tank has two hoses going to it. And we're going to find that out here a little bit later. Let's see who made the motor. Huh. And they have their website on there. So off-the-shelf pieces like that. And then the tubing. The tubing's a really tight fit. It's not zip-tied on this end, but it's zip-tied everywhere else for hose clamps. So that's a curious decision there. And then this has its own set of smaller screws that have the combi washer, kind of like what Miele does, but on a much smaller scale. So this is the recovery pump, this is the solution pump. Let's put the battery in and see real quick what this is like when we run it with the covers off. Oh, that's cool. We can see the recovery. Let's do this so it gets enough solution since we're running it upside down. All right, that's really cool. You can see all that working. All right, we're gonna put this back cover back on. I think to do this, the easiest way is going to have it in the upright position so that it's, well, yeah, any way you do this, actually, that's going to have tension on that spring. So all the screws were the same, minus the handle screw, which I liked. So let's go ahead and put a couple of these back, just to hold her down while we do the rest. Yeah, you'll need to put firm pressure on that until those screws are secure, because it's using those screws to hold that spring in place. So the detent is working against you when you put this back together. So yeah, you can see that just, oh man, that puts a lot of tension on those little screws. So we're gonna work as quickly as possible. I can't get a full-size screwdriver in all these holes, unfortunately. That would be a criticism I have here. Yeah, it's too big. These holes back here are just too small for that. All right, that was really easy. Let's get on to the main body part. So let's go ahead and take those out. Let's give it a couple mashes. All right, I see a pry point right there. All right. So I did need to take that one last screw out, and there is really not much going on inside here. I am pleasantly surprised. It's good engineering. The board is not stabilized in epoxy, but there is some, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there are some parts. The larger parts do have some additional glue on them. Now, the indicator bar here has 3 lines because it has 2 colors. It's clearly marked. Yeah, you couldn't get any of these things mixed up. These sensors are all replaceable by themselves. Everything is very nicely kept. Everything seems to have its home. Looks like this is supposed to go in here, and it's just a little bit out of its place, but it's not a big deal. Everything looks good. It's really simple to get to, other than the prying that you have to do on here, and you can see that I just chewed that up a little bit because I am a savage. Other than that, it's easy to get to. You know, this is an example of keep it simple, stupid, and this is just very simple, very elegant. Hey, future performance reviews here, and I want to apologize. It appears that my camera had an SD card error, so footage of me putting this thing back together was lost. However, here is the footage of me taking it apart in reverse. It's really simple. The cover just snaps right back on with those plastic things, and the 6 screws just go back in. There's really no mystery or anything special about it. There is a screw on the base by the swivel neck that you may or may not have to take off depending on how the two pieces have off-gas together. Other than that, it's really simple. So thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you learned something today. If you really like what we're doing, check out our Patreon. Big thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. And links below to all that good stuff. Have a wonderful day.